guys, welcome back and Merry Christmas to the Extraordinary God, Ordinary People podcast. I hope you guys are having a great Christmas. I know that we're not freezing our butts off anymore in Europe. We're back home celebrating the holidays together as a family. For those of you who don't know, this is my amazing cousin Jordan. She has agreed to come on. Can you tell the resemblance by the way that we look? We've been told we were sisters before.
Yeah.
But I just am so excited to kind of dive into our family, your childhood, what God's doing in your life in college. But before all that, I've always started one of these off with an icebreaker question. You are my coffee connoisseur. You are my go-to chai, mocha, matcha, whatever girl. So what is your favorite coffee shop that you have on this earth right now?
On this earth. Oh man, that is a loaded question. So we have multiple coffee shops in my town. I'm at Berry College, so I'm in Rome, Georgia, and we have so many coffee shops. But my favorite is called the Sharpsicle. It's a Christian coffee shop, and they have really good chai, but their pastries, like a chai with the pastry,
That's
really
like heaven in your mouth for you.
good. It's so good. It's so good. Like, so good. And it's like gluten-free stuff too. It's so good. Like, highly suggest if you ever stop by this week's.
So I'm gonna make the trip at some point down to visit you. And if we don't go there, I'm gonna be very, very, very sad. But
That would be too.
do they have other things other than matcha?
Yeah. They have chais, they have coffee, like normal coffee, they have everything. They have sandwiches, they have like bakery stuff, they have everything. Like it's
Okay,
so
so Rome, Georgia, and you said what was it?
Sharpsicle.
Sharpsicle?
Yeah.
What,
It's
do you know the name behind or why they name it? Okay. I will ask them when I come. I will
yeah.
ask them when I
The
come.
people there are so sweet. Like so sweet.
Oh, I love that. But okay, we're gonna backtrack a little. I know that you are in Rome, Georgia, Berry College, but we actually grew up in Florida, basically as neighbors. If for those of you who don't know, basically at the age of like 8 or so for me, we moved into the house that my mom and your mom grew up in, and then you guys built a house right on the property right next to us. And so, can you tell me a little bit about your childhood, kind of growing up? And I know, but for the viewers at home, she's my little cousin, so I've known her all her life.
Yeah. So, yeah, we live on a dirt road that used to be orange groves prior. And then our parents grew up on that road as well. And then my parents built a house next to the house y'all are lived in. And then my grandma has an attached house to that house. So everybody's really close, which is great, but also bad. Like, really close. And then our other cousins lived across the road at the other neighborhood area.
Yeah, I was like literally like the macaroni grill, and then if you go behind the macaroni grill, that's where the house is.
Yeah.
We were pretty much like 3 minutes away from just our side of the family, our mom's side of the family.
Which is, I think it's good, but it's also really bad sometimes, but it's great. It's great. Yeah, so I grew up there with you, and then so I went to a private school all through middle school, up to middle school, and then after middle school I went to a public school, and then COVID hit like my 8th grade year going into high school. So that was a funky switch up, but that was like that was my home back there. That was the home. So you also went to the Lutheran church and school for.
Yeah, we all, if you were under the Duda tree in a way, you went to our private school that we went to.
Yeah.
And then a lot of us, because the private school we went to, they were going to build a high school, then they didn't build a high school, and then we all went to public school, which, if you ask any of us, was a huge change from how we grew up, what we learned in school to that. And so, do you want to talk about any of that, of just the
Yeah.
changes that you've had?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I was like, I had a great time in middle school. I would feel like I was like kind of friends with everybody. I played a lot of sports, so consistently was in a bunch of groups, kind of here and there. Um, but definitely took a toll kind of my eighth grade year of just exhaustion of just not being able to keep up and just so much. And I cried a lot, is what I remember. But I did love like the people there and stuff. So that took a toll on me, and my faith grew so much that year, I think, because I think I very felt alone. And I feel like that's when I finally understood what like my own faith was. It was kind of like the starting point. Um, which that has to do with a lot of music, but that's like a side note. But going into college or high school, um, we hit COVID, so I knew nobody really going into it except for like a few people that I weren't really close with. All my close friends were going to Haggerty, which is like the rivalry school. And then
And our little cousin.
in our, oh yeah,
Yeah.
and she went there too. So we split up a bit. And yeah, so going into high school with like a big jump in classes, like a lot more people from what I was used to, and like not knowing any, but oh, it's snowing again. Sorry, it's snowing again.
Yay! Oh, I see some flurries here too.
I can feel the Christmas spirit. Like, I can feel it. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, so going into high school, it was very kind of isolating. Not knowing anybody, a lot of people knew each other from their old high schools and stuff, and it was COVID too, so nobody really got close to each other, which is fair. Like,
Yeah,
I valid reason. Like, I wouldn't want to hang out with a random girl from another school during COVID that I've never met before.
that's fair.
But yeah, so very hard fitting in because I really didn't fit in groups, and I really didn't want to like try to squeeze into a group because I did not like that. I'm not great at being that social. Like I'm very social, but not that social. And so that was definitely a change trying to figure out how I fit in into the like giant high school. And I played varsity basketball my freshman year, and that really helped me get in. Like the seniors were so sweet. Like they would eat lunch with me. They were so nice, and that really kind of just like gave me some people that like I could hang out with, and like I felt like I belonged a little bit. And then I had a friend my freshman year who was in an English class, and he changed the tables from rows to tables, like group tables,
Okay.
the second semester. So COVID was like you didn't wear masks anymore and stuff, but like you were still like kind of closer. And I was sitting by myself at my own table, and she invited me to sit with them. And I was like, I'm good. Like, I don't want to. Like, it's too much. Like, no, thank you. I don't know you.
Yeah.
I'm good. And she was like, no, 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 you're sitting with us. And she literally forced me to sit with them. And so that's how she and I became friends. And so I sat with her and a girl I knew from volleyball because I also played volleyball. So that was kind of how I made friends, which is so weird, but that's how I made
No.
friends my freshman year. But it taught me a lot about. She's a very nice girl, but we had a few tweaks and not disagreements, but differences of faith. And not that it took a toll, but personality wise, did not end up great long term. And it taught me a lot about knowing not who to be friends with, but like being okay and stepping out and trying like choosing the friends that you make. So like I think I've learned a lot from that relationship, but also I learned a lot from like how to approach friendship a lot better. So that was my beginning high school, and I hit depression hard, I'm not gonna lie. I probably wouldn't call it depression, but like because people knew me as super bubbly in like crazy bubbly, like out there but super fun. Like I was a friend people like parents wanted me to come home with their friends. Like
Aw,
that's what one of the parents told me, and I was like, thank
that.
you, that's so sweet. And then we hit high school, and then I was like completely like quiet as it came. No one didn't talk to anybody, and had like one friend I would talk to, Roxy. She's also a cousin, but she's like
Aw.
down the line. She's like the only one I hung out with really. So like finding friends was a little difficult, but we made it. But that kind of plummeted kind of my faith a little bit because I just didn't felt like I fit in anywhere. And it was definitely difficult that first year and or first year or two. And think between that and just like social anxiety, just like I couldn't function a ton. And I was a leader by my sophomore year, sophomore or junior year. I was a leader in a Christian Bible study, like ministry, called Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Let's go. So
And
was I.
were you? Oh
Cool.
yeah, you
Yeah.
were. Oh my gosh, yes.
Do you remember, you know Bailey?
Yes.
Yeah, with Bailey, we led it, I think, our senior year.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah, who was the teacher who was the, was it Miss Kilmer still?
No, ours was not Doctor, Mr. Matthews. Was he the
Okay,
same?
so they switched it then, because Miss Kilmer, who was like the calculus teacher, it was in her
Oh,
classroom, and then I guess by the time that you guys were there, that it was Mr. Matthews. That's
yes. Yeah, because he was doing it, and then they got new. Well, they didn't get new ones, but they got new teachers that came in
okay.
that wanted to join. So now they're kind of helping as well, and I think they've grown a lot because I think they plummeted a bit for a little bit. I think COVID kind of made them a little rough, like plummeting. But I think
I
they
feel like COVID
made
did
up
numbers on everyone.
everything. Yeah, but
Other
like
than Willa, if you've not listened to Willa's podcast, COVID actually saved her life.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad that really helped.
Yeah. If you guys haven't listened to that, that was the third one. She had a medical emergency with food stuck in her throat, and that they were going to have to figure out how to do all these dilations and everything. And she was going to have to drop out of college and have to figure all this stuff out because she was in college in Georgia too. And COVID hit, and they actually said that please don't come back, and she got to start the dilations in Seattle, and it basically saved her life. So yeah, it's crazy how like impactful COVID was for so many people, but I
Yeah,
think a lot of people have the same feelings that you did with
yeah,
the isolation and the social anxiety and just
yeah,
coming in, especially during such a pivotal time in your life. Like private school, like to kind of give people who don't know what we kind of went to school with,
yeah.
it was probably like 50 to 60 kids per class. That was it. That was it. And we basically knew the kids probably since preschool. So like we grew up with these kids, and they were only the same kids. No one else really came in, and if you did, you were kind of the weird new kid that none of us really talked to in a way, which is really bad to say coming from a private Christian school, but
Yeah,
it was it was kind of just the way that it kind of rolled. But
yeah,
our high school, I know my graduating class was over 600 kids.
yeah. I think mine was around that too. Yeah, I was like,
And so no,
what?
like the feelings that you were feeling are so valid.
And I think COVID during the time, like COVID itself, I was so good. Like I was doing great during COVID. My faith was like shooting through the roof. I was thrilled. Like I was loving it. And then high school hit, and I had to go back to people, and I was like, oh, excuse me.
Oh,
So I think mine was the aftermath of COVID. But I
no,
don't
that's
think isolating helped either. Like I think it was important and we needed to do it, but like isolating and not social, like being social, definitely changed kind of how I approached people a bit. But I'm so glad that helped Willa. I'm
I
so
know.
glad. I was like, I'm so happy.
It's crazy like hearing people's stories through this podcast. Like I've seen so many people's journeys and faith struggles and faith and what has helped and what hasn't helped, and so like to hear so many different perspectives, because like I didn't struggle during COVID. Probably I was angry because I
Mm,
had so many things planned that summer, so I never felt like isolated, but I had a lot of anger towards God during COVID for myself. And so I think that just hearing how that pivotal year has really changed even the way that we function as a society now is
yeah.
crazy. But do you feel like in high school, after that kind of that first year back, people are kind of getting back into the swing of things? Did it get better for you, or was it kind of still the plateau because of COVID?
Like I think I think me as a person, I think I thought I was doing really well. Um, and in reality, I don't think I was. Like faith wise, going the opposite direction. Like I did not want anything to do, no offense, with religion of any sort. I thought I had it figured out. I was going to be fine. Because a lot of my friends weren't Christians at all. Like a
Okay.
majority of the people I surrounded myself with were not Christians. And I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm just want to make sure it doesn't buzz again. Um, and so like I just really didn't see the need of it. Like I really was like, I don't need God. I'm fine. Like I'm chilling. I'm doing great on my own. Clearly not. Um, but I had a lot of like friends that were not Christians and they knew that I was, but like I really didn't show it a ton. And so like I was in FCA and I was a leader and I felt like I was a fake. Like I felt like a fraud because I'm teaching people something I did not believe. Like I was like,
Wow.
this is horrible. I could not, and I did my senior year, I figured it out a little bit better, but I did a whole testimony and literally told them to their faces, I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I literally was teaching y'all stuff that I did not believe, like at all.
That's so
Teaching
brave
y'all.
of you.
But like, yeah, I was on the verge of tears. Like I felt like such a fraud. It was so bad. Like just trying to be a leader and like not believing in it was so difficult because I'm like, how am I sitting here teaching something and trying to push someone towards something that I didn't think is true? Like that makes no sense. And so I think it was just because like in our family, like we don't talk about stuff like at all, and like we're all Christians, but like how much is actually like how much is proof in the pudding, like you know what I mean, like you gotta actually show like a little bit, and not that we didn't, but like even at like a private school, like they just kind of say it and you kind of just know it, but like you don't really see the effects of it at all. And so like I feel like that's kind of how like I kind of got there of like this is what I'm supposed to believe, like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm doing it. But like how much of this is true? And so I ended up breaking my nose. This is gonna
I
sound
do
bad.
remember
I
this,
broke
yes.
my nose. It was the best thing in my life. Like I needed that because I think like that was my sophomore summer, sophomore, junior, sophomore, somewhere along there.
Just remember the Christmas photos.
Yeah, I looked
Yeah.
like a Whoville. So
Yeah, you
me
did.
and my
I
Kruse,
love you, and I know you hated taking photos that year. I know you did. But there was one photo that grandma always wants us the six grandkids together. And she was like, you were gonna get in this photo.
yeah.
But I do remember this.
Oh my gosh, I have a bunch of Snapchat photos, and like one of them has like the little caption. I put like the fa who and it's so funny. But yeah, so I had nose surgery like 2 days before Christmas, so it would have been the eve of Christmas Eve. And I had nose surgery, and I had like stuff on my nose, and I had like a brace thing, so my nose was like shoved up. So I looked like a Whoville. I broke my nose in a culinary class, and that time is like the time for like basketball, like that's your season, and it kicked me out of the entire basketball season. And like I felt like that's kind of where I just like that was my thing, like that was it for me. And like as soon as I like no longer could do it, I was like I had nothing, like this is all I had, like this is it. And I think that kind of just like plummeted everything, that like between that, then I had some heart issues. I don't know if you knew about this.
I did know, yeah.
I was say I had to get a heart monitor on because they thought I didn't pass an EKG or something, and so they had to do test runs on my heart to make sure it was okay. Thankfully, it's okay, but like it was just like a plummet after one another, and like I felt like everything was hitting the floor. Like I hit rock bottom in my head in high school, and that summer I listened to podcasts actually. That summer, I was listening to podcasts while I was working at Duda under the internship, and I worked in an office job, so like I had a lot of time on my hands, and I
Yeah.
would listen to "Whoa, That's Good" podcast by Sadie Robertson, and that got my like brought my faith back. Like truly, like it really took me out of the trenches. Like I knew that was the solution, was to like, get like my faith back, because in eighth grade, like I knew what I felt like. Like I felt so loved. Like there was just nothing compared to it. Like there really wasn't. And it was nothing that I could have done about it. And so I knew that's what I wanted back, and I didn't know how to get there.
Yeah.
So that I tried so many different things, and it ended up being a podcast that brought me back. And I was like, this is it, like great. And so that's when I started doing more like testimony at FCA, and like I found a girls group, and like it showed me what friendship looks like what I should look for in friendship.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't have that type of friend group. Like I had friends, don't get me wrong, but like a faith-based friend group that like truly just like showed love and like pointed me in the right direction. So that was incredible. And so like that was my senior year leading into college. That really like changed my life, like truly. And so going into that was so helpful. Actually just like finding like I knew what I was looking for here. Like I knew what I was looking for. So that way I didn't have friends that picked me out. I found friends that were like me. And I'm not saying there's bad things about having other friends. Like I still am friends with the girls in high school, but it's just a different type of friendship. Like it's a funky dynamic. Not
It's a
funky.
healthy friendship.
It's a good
Not
healthy.
that other people who don't believe aren't healthy, but
Yeah,
it does change a lot of things when you're struggling with things.
absolutely. I have a friend here who is pouring so much wisdom into me the other day. I was like, I needed that. Like, thank you. Like, I needed that. Like, I appreciate it. So I think that really has helped a lot. Um, yeah, so that was my high school experience and living home. I think I still struggle a lot with anxiety, especially here in college. I don't know. We've talked a little bit about this,
Yeah.
like last year, but like I'm not freshman. I'm a sophomore. I'm a sophomore this year,
Yay.
so I made it past my freshman year.
Let's
But
go.
yeah. Um, but my freshman year, the first semester was great. Like you're just like meeting a bunch of people, you're killing it. And then and then my spring semester of my freshman year, I just like plummeted so fast and just like went into spiraling, and my anxiety that I think I've dealt with all my life. I feel like really just like consumed me. And I really hit a lot of problems with just like not dealing with people. Yeah, dealing with people. Like figuring out how to talk to situations, and like with classes, I was not doing well. Like not that I wasn't doing great, but like when you're used to getting all A's in high school because it's so easy and I sleep in classes, going to here and I can't sleep in classes, and then I'm trying to function, like it doesn't work. And like I'm getting C's, like I'm passing but not doing well. Like so I think that really took a toll, and just trying to like deal with being okay with not knowing about my future is really just like has tanked it tanked me so fast. And that's been such a struggle, trying to get back from, and I think I'm still working on it. We're getting a lot better now. We're doing a lot better now, but that whole semester just took a toll on me, and I started seeing a therapist, which yeah,
I
that
love
helped a lot.
therapy.
Therapy. That has helped a lot. And like, it's just been a whole mess of things that have just been so difficult. And I'm hitting new issues every semester, but we're learning from each one and we're figuring it out. Last semester, I think I had the biggest issue with being okay with not knowing about your future. And I think that has been a nightmare for me because I want control. I want control so badly. And I don't have it. I
We're
don't
the
have any
same
control.
person.
It's yeah, for real.
It's
It's
literally like we're the same person. Like I literally just texted Ike. I was like, I need to stop controlling our marriage. And for
like
those who are listening, I'm not a control freak. I'm not like a control person. I just like having my hand on things. Like God's like, put your hands up, and I'm like, but my pinky's still on the wheel because I still want a little bit of control. Yes, I get it.
yeah, yeah. And that has really messed with my faith a lot.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, I need control. Like I need some solution of like some sort of sanity. And that has been so hard for me. Um, So that has been a struggle. And so that really messed with my head on like, I felt very empty. I felt very lost. I felt like I had no purpose because I had no where I'm going. Like, I don't know where I'm going. And that gave me absolutely no clear way of what I was doing in my life. Like, I'm like, why am I here? Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Um, and so that has been a big struggle. And so I would get like panic attacks a lot, especially at night. Like I would just like my brain would just spin. Like I would just go down spirals like consistently, and it's like a hamster wheel. Like you can't stop it, like
No.
at all. And so it was bad. It was really bad. So that has been a very difficult situation because I kind of like just stopped reading my Bible. I kind of just like stopped dealing with that. I stopped going to ministry stuff. Like I just could not do it. Like I could not function. So I didn't see the point in going to that stuff. And so for me, that has been a big struggle in my life. And so even this semester, I think it's kind of brought some of that in. But
Yeah.
I think I have, like, because I know a better idea of where I'm going, I feel like I have purpose. And that is all in my own control. And at that end of the day, it ain't gonna get anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
your life will change consistently. And as something goes wrong and that purpose is gone, I'm left doing the same spiral again, and we're gonna have social anxiety and future whatever anxiety. Like, I'm gonna be stuck in that spiral consistently. And so, until you realize that, like, hey, like, my purpose is to be a light, that that's not gonna go away. Like, that doesn't change. Like, my purpose is that I am beautifully and wonderfully created just because like God loves me. Like honestly, and like my purpose is to make more not make more Christians, make more disciples. Like that's the whole purpose. And so I've been really struggling with that recently. But we are finally getting to the realization. And it sounds so much easier than like it's so much easier said than done. Like I can say it all I want and not actually comprehend it until the day like I fully comprehend it is the day you figure it out.
I'm
And
with you
so
on that.
I was like the past few weeks have been rough, very rough, but it's helped a lot with just like realizing that I don't have to have it figured out, which is horrifying. So horrifying.
It's horrifying.
So scary. I don't like it. But it's helped a lot, and like knowing that it's not about religion anymore. It's about me and God, and me and God only. Like nobody else is included in this. It's a me and God deal. Like we have, yeah. Like, and I think the same can be said with friendships. 'Cause I think I've had a few friendship like stuff that I've been talking with some people, and like I've learned a lot about, hey, it's between you and me and God. Like it's not between anybody else. We don't need to get other people involved. It's you and me. And just trying to like figure that out has been a struggle. But I'm learning on how to communicate better with people and like figure out how to. Yeah, I'm working on it. We're getting there.
So proud of you.
That
I'm
is my
so
current
proud of you.
issue is communication and how to communicate with people who don't not don't see things the same way, but didn't grow up the same way that I grew up. That's my current issue, and that's what I'm working on, which has
God
been so
knew
good.
that I needed this podcast today. God knew this because, girl, off the podcast, I could tell you stories on stories of what I'm going through right now,
Oh man, I'm
and I
sorry.
needed to hear that. No,
Yeah,
but
I'm learning. I learned a lot these past few weeks on learning how to communicate with people, but also like seeing both sides of, hey, you grew up very differently than I grew up. Like I grew up, my family, I love my family, but like we're not talkative. Like we talk every so often, but it ain't deep. Like we don't
yeah,
pour our hearts out to each other. Like that's just not something our family does. Like we just don't. And that's okay. Like I've talked to a few people today who had very similar growing up, but I also know a bunch of people who are extremely open with their family, and it's a very different dynamic because, like, trying to talk to someone back and forth when, like, you don't really talk about your feelings, but like they do, and it's they want you to talk about your feelings, and like I want to help, but like I also don't want to talk about my feelings.
Or you don't understand them. That's
Yeah.
my biggest thing is I don't understand what I'm feeling because
Yes.
I've never had to put it into words. And then
Sorry.
I get frustrated because I don't know how to communicate what I'm feeling. So then I get angry. And I don't want to get angry, but I'm angry at myself because I don't know how to communicate
Yeah.
what I'm feeling and in that moment, how to be able to express it in a healthy way.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I had a conversation with someone else about that, like the other day, of talking about something that was bothering me, but I could not tell them why it was bothering me. Like I physically didn't know why it was like it just was, and
Yeah.
like for me, like that's like it's so hard to put into words. But like I've also learned for me, it takes me more time to think through it and process it, and like instead of me bringing it up immediately, because like usually when you talk about it, you want to bring it up immediately. I have to take more time because otherwise I will say stuff I won't want to say and I will think it's something else and it's really not. Like it's not. It's
I
just
needed to hear that too because
yeah.
on I've learned a lot from these episodes. I've learned a lot on how God moves through people's lives. And Tricity said words are powerful. Like God spoke the world into existence. So if God's own words spoke this entire world that we are living in into existence, how powerful are the words that we speak to others, to
Yes,
ourselves? Like
absolutely.
I never saw it that way, but I was like, that makes so much sense to me on
Yeah.
how powerful words can be, even to ourselves. And I feel like
Yeah.
anxiety and depression, they really like Satan tries to hit on
Hit
us
so
with
bad.
anxiety and depression. It's never about anything else. It's always about personally what he knows he can get us to get riled up about and to worry about, knowing deep down we're okay. Like God has us no matter what. And we can tell
Yeah.
ourselves that so many times, but there is something inside of us. And I know that it's honestly the devil at the end of the day. Like, I didn't believe anxiety and depression was that until I learned that fear doesn't come from the Lord. Like, fear
Mm,
is not from the Lord. So, like, if fear is not from the Lord, then it has to be from Him,
something else. Yeah.
from something else. And I think it takes away from something so powerful because God is there. God is 100% in our lives every single day. And we
Absolutely.
can say that to each other. And I'm with you, girl. We can say that until we beat ourselves over the head with it
Yeah.
sometimes.
It's just not gonna it's not gonna click until it does.
Yeah.
Like I don't know
But
how to
I think that
it's
fear and
so hard.
depression come when we're doing something right.
Mm, yeah.
Like, what are they
It's so
attacking? Like,
for me.
why would Satan attack if it wasn't something that you are on the right path for? Because
Yeah.
Satan doesn't take something that's already his. He has to steal, kill, and destroy something that isn't his. And yeah, I just think that it, again, easier said than done. I told my story on this, and anxiety and depression still is something that I deal with to this day. I was talking to Ike about that yesterday, actually, and he was like, at some point, like, you're stronger than it. And again, it's easier from someone looking from the outside in, and I know that you're gonna feel the same way when people just tell you it's okay, like you're good, and I'm like, you don't understand, like the world is ending. Like
I'm so sorry. Can you hear this hissing noise?
I can, but I have the echo cancellation, so you're okay.
Perfect. I'm so sorry. It's my computer. It's
It's
like,
okay.
I'm so sorry. Okay, yes, no, I 100% agree. It's hard, and I do think he attacks when you're doing something right. Because I went back to church for the first time yesterday in like 4 or 5 weeks. I haven't been to church. I don't have a church here that I like, and I just cannot find one. And
Yeah.
I gave up. I was done. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. So I haven't gone to church or watched church in months at this point. And I went to church yesterday and I thought I was gonna puke. Like I thought there were so many people. I thought I was about to die. Like I shut down. Like I was just so canceled. I was so scared. Like, and I think he truly does attack you when you're on the right path. Like truly. And
Yeah.
it's hard, but you figure it out as you go. And I love how you were talking about like words have so much power because they really do. Like, I'm very sarcastic. I am very, very sarcastic. And
Family is because I am such a jokester. And then I like think about it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I just like hurt someone's feelings because I,
yeah,
yeah.
he'll be like, yeah, you are kind of dumb. And I'm like, it was a joke. Like, y'all, like, it was a joke. It wasn't meant to be rude. Like, I'm so sorry. I was just going off of it. It wasn't, I don't believe you're dumb at all. Like, you're
Yeah,
so
no,
smart.
literally.
But I'm like, it sometimes just comes off really, really harsh. And I was like, I'm so sorry. But that has so much power, and I'm learning it really does affect people. Like, some people who are not sarcastic at all, did not grow up sarcastic, don't get it. Like, it hits hard. And I'm like learning on how to control my tongue a little bit. Because it's a little harsh sometimes. Just a little bit. But it's definitely a struggle. And there's so many things that are is so hard to handle. Like,
Yeah.
so many things. And you're talking about anger. Oh my goodness, girl. I Anger in our family is great. It's
It's
so fun.
real. I
It's yeah.
honestly didn't really realize because like Jordan said, we did grow up in the church. Like we went to church every Sunday. Like it was
You had to go to
church on
church every Sunday.
Sundays, chapel on Fridays because
Yeah.
we went to the private school and so they would have their own chapel service with
Oh,
the entire
yeah.
congregation in school on Fridays.
I forgot about those.
But I didn't realize until honestly I got married how different we were raised from people than and like we were in such loving Christian loving like Jesus loving families. Like do not
Mhm.
get me wrong, like there was nothing that was going on behind the scenes that we felt and I look back on now and be like, oh, like that was crazy. Like our
Yeah.
childhoods were honestly pretty
Amazing.
good compared to what,
Love
yeah, we grew up 45 minutes away from Disney. Like we went to Disney all the time as a family and our grandma would take us to Captiva every summer. Like
it. Yeah.
we had the best childhood and we still have great times as a family. But it's interesting, like you said, to finally kind of get into healthy friendships or even relationships and
Mhm.
honestly truly see like how you were raised and the way that you react to things honestly is not healthy. Like in that moment you probably know back when we were younger it wasn't healthy, but until you were older and you were sitting in that position and you were acting like a child in a way
Yeah.
that I should have never have acted as a child, but now I'm still 25 and acting like that
Yeah. Yeah.
is so difficult. So I commend you for taking those like steps to wanting to better yourself because
Yeah.
it's not easy.
It's not. And like trying to figure out like I was a very angry person growing up. Like everybody on the outside saw me super happy, super thrilled. I was angry like at everything. Like the rage was my first response to everything. And I'm pretty sure the devil really targeted that because my parents put up with so much and I feel horrible for them and I'm so thankful for them. But I was an angry kid. Like so mad about every little thing. Yeah, it was bad. And like I don't know, I went on birth control growing up too because mine was unregulated and that made it 10 times worse. Oh my goodness. Like everybody knew when I was about to start because like I was just mad. And like
Yeah.
I had nothing to be mad about. Like I had such a great life. Like and so trying to figure out on how to respond to things, not anger being the first response is so difficult, but you kind of like just have to keep like it's a reminder thing. Like it's like
Yeah.
keeping it in the back of your head. Like you can't get mad. You can't. Because at the end of the day, is it really that deep? No, it's not. Like the life is gonna keep going. Like
Life
you're
is
gonna be
so
fine. Relax. Like just relax. And so like trying to work on like anger being like last response is so hard. But like that's definitely something like you grow up a certain not certain way, but like if you grew up doing something a certain way, you kind of just keep doing it and until you realize like, hey, actually I don't want to be like that. Like that's when you can start working on it and figuring
Yeah.
it out. But it's not easy. Like it's I'm learning new things that I struggle with every day that I need to fix every single day. And it's
I didn't realize half the stuff.
I didn't realize it. Like I didn't know. Like I had no clue that I had super bad anxiety until like the last year when we talked about it and it really just like elevated because of college. Like I talked to my therapist about it, and like she was like, if you were gonna if you were gonna have it, it was gonna be now. Like I have apparently really bad OCD. She thinks, and like I didn't know that. Like I growing up would be so like I would start like tweaking. Like if like my mom put my backpack on the stairs, like it would drive me nuts. Like I couldn't handle it. Like I didn't want things touching the floor. I was super picky about like don't put things on my bed. That's where I sleep. My head is going to be on the pillow. I don't want things touching my pillow. Like I
Yeah.
was very specific about things and like it drove me nuts. Like everything made me angry. And like I didn't realize that that was like apparently an actual thing that people have. Like I thought I was crazy. Like truly, like people like my our family we don't really talk about like issues and stuff, but
I was
like
gonna say that.
we don't talk about issues. Like if you have an issue, no, you're fine. Like you're gonna make it through, which is fair. Like that's a I think a good perspective to have sometimes.
Yeah.
It really isn't the end of the world, but also like realizing I'm not the only person who deals with that. Like I thought I was nuts for like literally like like shaking, like thinking I was like I do not want that on the floor. Like please no, like absolutely not. And so like trying to like learning that like hey this is normal not normal in today's society um like in the sense of every a lot of people deal with it not normal as in I think the devil really uses it against us um
It's a generational curse. And I have thought about this for a really long time because I'm like, why are we, this generation, so depressed and anxious?
yeah
I was like, our parents are anxious. Like, people
yeah
are worried about things. Like, we are broken human beings at the end of the day. Like, Adam and Eve caused Satan to come into this world. Like, we
yeah
are broken human beings and we're gonna have worry. But why are we so anxious? Why are we so depressed? And I really truly believe like it's an epidemic of the mind that the devil has used against the younger generation to really truly take us away from the Lord. Because like I'm with you.
it's
I've struggled with anxiety and depression for about 3 years. And it wasn't until I moved to a whole new city by myself and didn't know anyone that it really truly
it
showed
hits
up. Just like
yeah
you with moving to
I
college.
could hear everything popped up I was like
It
great
was just like, wait, oh wait, that's why I had to sleep at my parents' foot of the bed. Oh wait, that's why I had to go to the bathroom 12 times because I was afraid my parents were gonna leave me at night. And I had to hear the TV when I was sleeping. And I had to sleep with the door open until I was 18. Oh wait, no, like I just have anxiety. Oh, wait, I'm not afraid of my actual grandparents leaving. I was just afraid of my parents leaving me because I had no idea what was going on. And I have these weird abandonment issues that come from nowhere because no one in our family has ever left us.
No, no, for real. I would say I love you. Like I don't really like saying that word because I think it
Yeah.
has so much power. But like growing up, I would only say it at night because I was scared someone was gonna die in their sleep, and that I the last thing I would have said to them was not that. And I was like, I have to say it. And I'm like, where did that come from? Where,
Where does this
like,
come from? And so I
like
really feel like this is a way of being able to bring awareness that like you are not alone.
you're not alone.
So many people feel alone in this world because of what they're going through in their brain, and I want to let you know like it is not end all be all. Like you are not alone. Take it from two girls right here. Like
It's
it does get better.
it does.
It
It
gets
does.
hard and you but I think the beauty of it is that you realize that you're becoming the person that God is creating you to be. Like
Absolutely.
every hardship, everything that is happening, every little bit of thing that you want to change about your life because it brings you closer to Jesus is God working in your life and you saying yes to it. And I think that it's hard. I get down. I call myself not a good wife and I think that I freak out because I'm like I shouldn't have reacted that way or I shouldn't have felt this way about something. But I think at the end of the day, if I didn't feel that way, I think I would be more afraid than
Yeah.
actually understanding like no, this is God's way of being like, hey, like that's not the correct way to respond to things. Like, hey, like let's think about this again. Like it's not a one and done thing. Like we're not perfect people.
Absolutely not. And like if you ever think your faith is like if you're too far gone, I have lost my faith like 3 or 4 times like at this point. And like it's a wave and it's hard. Like, don't get me wrong, but like
Yeah.
if once you feel God's love, like you know what it feels like. You know what you're going for. You just have to keep trying. Like you have to keep pushing towards it because like I have had such a hard time with like being consistent in my faith, like such a hard time, and I feel like I fall short every single time. Like it's so hard, but I learn so much every single time. And like every time I think I hit like rock bottom is right when he picks me up. Like I probably
Yeah.
wouldn't have gotten closer to God if I did not hit rock bottom a few times. And like it probably wasn't actually rock bottom, but to me it was. And so like just knowing that like hey, you're not that like you're not as far as you think you are. You're really not. Like I promise you, you are just where God needs you to be and just get near to him, read the Bible. Like that has helped me so much. And I love Matthew. Matthew has helped me so much.
Let's go, Matthew.
Thank you, Matthew. But for sure, like yeah, like you're not that far as you think you are, and everybody is like everybody's in the same boat. Like I promise you, it gets better. Have had a lot of issues with like my faith, a lot of issues, and like I have ran every time that I've brought like my faith back, and like fully committed. I'm like, this is we got it. Like you're gonna be fine. The issue is I'm putting faith in myself a little too much, but
Yeah.
we're working on it. But a big thing that I always write about is what brings me back. Like what was it that I needed so much that like keeps bringing me back? And for me, it's like there's always two things. I don't know why. There's always two things, and one of them is always love, but it's a different form of love. And I think that like I feel like our generation feels so lonely, but like I don't think we really understand like what love really is and what it really feels like. And it's such a hard thing to like remember to because I feel like we lose sight of it so often. But like that's been a big like stepping stone for me every time is like how much God loves you. Like truly it's so hard to understand. But like if you same idea with like speaking the word, like God speaking the word, if you think about this was my this was my analogy for like high school when I spoke about this, but it has to do with if you remember that God is not in the same time constraint as we are in this universe and he has so much more power than we have. You can't expect his love to be anything similar to our love that we give to one another because we just don't have the capacity to. So if he is so much more powerful, his love is going to be 10 times greater than anything you're going to find on this earth. And that has been such like a lesson in my head of like truly understanding like everybody's going to fall short here, but like even love that I feel on this earth is never going to be anything compared to his love. Like truly. And like we can strive for it, but we're just not going to hit it. And so like that's like my constant reminder for me because I think that's something I lose sight of so fast and it's been so helpful. And like let me see if I have it in here. I think I do. I can tell y'all specifically what types of love I've been working on because it's been rough. But my first one was his overwhelming love, and then my second one was his uncontainable love, and then my third one was his never-ending love because I'm never too far gone, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. And it's been a journey, but like truly, like if you think your anxiety is too much, I promise you it is not. I promise you it is not. It's so hard. It's so hard to get through, but it gets 10 times better. And like same with like anything that you're gonna go through, like he will truly lead you through it. And if you think you've hit rock bottom, you will be able to be. He will pick you up, like truly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's
My
fun.
other thing is like with anxiety, like you're so afraid that you've done the wrong thing or that you're gonna mess up. And something that I've noticed recently that's like keeps popping up either on Instagram Reels or just kind of like a constant, just kind of theme, I would say, is that you really think the God of the universe, like you have that much power of the God of the universe to have changed the trajectory of your life. Like you
Yeah.
don't. Like I don't know like what, and I like sit there and I'm like, you're right. And then I like go back and I'm like, well, what if I made the wrong decision? Like what if I'm not
You're
doing
like,
what I'm
wait.
telling to be like, wait, like what if I didn't go to the right college or I didn't marry the
Yeah.
right person or I didn't do anything that wasn't correct? And I'm like, yeah, but I prayed for all of this. And Ike 2 nights ago sat me down and he goes, God could answer every single prayer that you've ever prayed and you still wouldn't believe.
That's so true.
I
Yeah.
was like, no. He goes, he could answer every single prayer. You were living in an answered prayer right now, but yet here you are.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, no, no. And he was like, no, literally look around.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're right. And like, that's kind of something I sat with before I came on this podcast today, where I was like, I did pray for everything that I have now. And I still am sitting here wondering if that was God or not. And then my brain was like, well, what if he just didn't answer that one? Or what if he just didn't hear that one? But that doesn't make any sense because God hears everything. Like, that
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. Like, that doesn't. Like, I don't understand. But, like, it's just the way anxiety works. And at church yesterday, I was like, okay, God, like, my anxious heart is yours. And I do this a lot, but I always take it back because we always love those pinkies on the little wheel. I want it. Um, and he was like, you don't have to worry about Ike. Like, you don't. Um, and I was like, okay, great. I was like, God, but what do I worry about then? And it hit me in that moment where I was like, I'm asking God what to worry about if I don't have to worry about him. Like, I am so caught up in anxiety that, like, I'm so afraid of letting go of the anxiety because I don't know where my brain's going to be able to function, because that's the only way I've known how to function for 25 years. It's a
Yeah.
really sad realization, but
So
it really hit me at that point where I was like, I don't let fear go because I don't know what the next thing I'm going to have to worry about is. It was school. And when it wasn't school, then it was a job. When it wasn't a job, it's a relationship. So whatever I can grab control on,
is what
I'm
you
gonna I'm gonna spiral for. But it hit me when I was like, I am asking God what the next thing I'm gonna worry about is. That is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that is so sad. But like, that's just how my brain
Yeah.
is right now. Like, I'm not saying that it's forever gonna be that way, but it is something that it kind of clicked where I was like, oh yeah.
No, I am in the same boat, like 100% in the same boat of like my brain doesn't know what to do if I'm not nervous about something. Like I'm in fight or flight 24/7.
Yeah.
I have pepper spray, I have a taser, I have what was it? I have a pocket knife for work, and I took that with me on like a birthday surprise into like the woods because I was scared to death. And I like even when I walk, like I don't like to walk on the same side as people. Like I am so scared that someone is going to like turn around and do something. Why would someone do like why? Like that makes no sense. And like living in a state of fear is so tiring. If
It
like
is.
it's exhausting. And like it takes up so much time and brain space, and it's so hard. Like it's so hard to handle. And like I love that how you said that because like that is so true. Like as soon as you give something up, there's another thing. There's immediately another thing, and I'm like, where? Why? Like,
But it doesn't have to be. And I think that that's something that Ike is finally like, the Lord is teaching me through Ike because,
he seems so wise. He seems so wise.
thank you. I
He
think that
always,
this man is going to become a preacher or a pastor one day because he is, I
I
don't know.
hope. I could totally see it. Like he's
But
so wise.
I sit here and I'm like, where does this come from? And then he's like, because like we had a productivity like conversation one of the days, and he was like, what does productivity mean to you? And I was like, I have no idea. I was like, well, let's just get to like what we were talking about. He's like, nope, the Lord told me to ask you like this. And I was like, but I don't know. And then like, of course I got angry because I was like, I don't know. Like, what does this have to do with anything? And then like 20 minutes later in the conversation, I was like bawling my eyes out because it was something from like my childhood. And I was like, okay, like God really knew apparently that I needed to like figure this out because who knew? But I just like, I sit here and I'm like, why us? Why the two of us? Like, I feel like, and I'm not trying to speak for everyone else in our family, but other people really don't struggle with what we struggled
We
with
don't. I don't
anxiety
know
and
why.
depression.
I don't know why it's us two. Like I'm not saying they don't, but I'm saying like the I've only really talked to you about it, but like we're probably the most similar I would
Yes.
say. And like I don't know where like I don't know what the other people deal with at all. But I
And I
don't
don't
think
know if
it's the
it's,
same.
I have no idea, but
I don't know.
not to speculate. Ooh, it's
No,
snowing again.
Is
Sorry, it's
it?
snowing again here.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas. But it's just crazy because I don't understand, and I don't think we ever will understand. But I think that if we can help even one person, even if it's just helping each other, but if we can help one other
Yeah.
person understand that like they are not alone, that there is a purpose and a reason for their anxiety and depression, which is a crazy thing to say, but it's true.
Yeah, it's so weird, but it's helped. It hasn't helped, but I've learned a lot from it.
But I've learned a lot. Yeah. I think that there's no other way that I feel like God could have maybe understood my brain sometimes and put things in my brain for me to understand other than in a learning experience from that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um but yeah, I just think there's so much more for people out there in their relationship with the Lord. Like you said, like you were never too far gone. Like I loved when you said that.
Like you're really not. I've thought it multiple times. I promise you. I promise you. I am not put
It,
together
it
one
truly
bit.
was the way we were raised.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't understand what it meant to be a Christian. I didn't. I just memorized all the Bible verses and went to school and led FCA and college and just everything. And I think that truly in the last like year and a half, I finally understood like what it actually means to have a relationship with the Lord. And I think that that's been something so difficult for me because my husband is so not new to his faith. Like it's been about 3.5 years.
Mhm.
But he sees the world and faith so differently than I did. And I think it's because I was raised just to memorize things, or you just read the Bible to just read the Bible, just say that you read the Bible.
For
So you
real.
know that you
Sorry.
read the Bible. And you just do things. And like you raise your hands in worship because you just raise your hands in worship just to do it. And then one day I looked at him and I was like, why don't you raise your hands in worship like other guys do, like other husbands do?
Yeah.
And he goes, okay, so I'll tell God next time that I'm just going to raise my hands because my wife told me to. And
I
I
love
looked
it.
at him and
I'm
I
so
was like,
sorry.
what? And he goes, what about my heart posture? What about everything else? But no, I'll just raise my hands because like you want me to. And I was like,
Like that I needed to hear that because that's one of my biggest things is I don't want to raise my hands. I don't like it. It makes me nervous. Like and not
yeah,
that like everybody does it and I'm like am I supposed to? Like I feel like me doing this is like I'm receiving something, not giving something.
no,
And this is too high because that makes me nervous that my hand's so high. So I'm
no,
like, I don't
no,
like
no. If your heart
it.
posture is where it needs to be in worship, like it's okay. But like in my brain, I was like, you have to look this certain way and you have to do this. And he's like, well, my relationship's going to look different than your relationship with the Lord. So is this person. And so is this
I
person.
I think I should be a pastor one day.
I'm just
For
telling you, like, he
sure.
says these things, and I'm like, where is, like, I
Like,
know it's coming from the Lord. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I
yeah.
know it's coming from the Lord. But in my brain, I'm like, stop. Like,
What?
stop.
Oh,
Keep going, but like, ah.
Yeah, no, for real. And I think for me, like mine, I think I really knew what being a Christian was like in eighth grade, which is kind of crazy to say. But like
No.
for me, like eighth grade is when I understood. Like that's when I was like, this is what faith is. Like I understand a relationship. And like I think that has helped me so much in like that's like the childlike faith and like just the pure joy. Like I just love to sit in God's presence. And like now I feel like I'm learning like every time I like stray away, like that's what I want and that's what I know what it's like. And I think I'm learning more about learning the tough seasons and like the ins and outs. Like not it's not just like, oh, I'm all happy going. Like there's other stuff to it. Like and I think that's what I'm getting like working on and learning more about. And like I think that's helped me a lot of like it's brought me back to God a few times, multiple times, and it's helped me so much. Like every single time. But every time he brings me back, it's in a different way. And it's so weird. Like it's so weird. Like I don't know what I love the Lord, but man oh man, I love it. Like every time I'm like it's something new. Like
Wait,
it's
where are we going with this?
like my so when I first became like this is my faith, I don't suggest doing this because this was a middle school me. But I was like, let me just pick a song. And whatever song is gonna be what God has is telling me. Okay? And this is like I love music. Like
Yeah.
music is my in and out. Like I will do like if you hear me or see me doing anything, it's majority of the time I'm listening to music or doing something. I love music. I love to sing. I'm not great at it, but if you talk to anybody in my family, like I will be singing 24/7. Like I love music. And that was like he hit a song that just like hit right to the core, and I was like, wow, like I guess you are real, like for real, like. And it was like I think it happened twice, and I was like, okay, this is what actual, like, I guess you're real, like I guess I am gonna believe you, like I guess you're right. And I think that was the first one, and then the second one was a podcast. So that one really was funky because I don't listen to podcasts. I don't like I did not listen to podcasts in high school.
Yeah.
I didn't like them. I didn't ever because I listen to music. So like for me podcasts are weird. And I guess music wasn't working that time like at all. And I was like, fine, we're going to try a podcast. And a podcast brought it in. I was like, great.
Great.
And then the last time was a mix, which is weird for me too. Was a mix between my friend calling me out for not I had a situation and a conversation like a week or two ago. So this has been, it's newer, but it helped a lot because I was struggling on how to get back. Like I knew where I was going, but I didn't know how to get back.
Yeah.
And I kind of hit a rough spot between like someone and I had some like disagreements and it really broke me. And my friend just called me out and I was like, thank you. That's what I needed. That's what I needed. Like, thank you. And like I had never really had people call me out like that and in such like a wise, like such a loving way, and
Yeah.
that really helped. And then the other one that also was my second one was over the summer. It was a mix. It was a mix between I really want to like be a light for someone else. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I feel like I'm new in my faith again, but I don't know that much, but I know you can do a lot with very little. And no joke, I have never heard God's voice before, ever. I usually think it's my head just spiraling, to be honest. And I was meeting up with a friend who's not a Christian the day after, and my Bible is I love my Bible. I doodle in it, I do sticky notes in it. It was like my favorite thing. It's gotten me through so much in high school, and I felt like God was telling me, bring it with you. Like, I was like, okay, like, yay. I was like, I can see where this is going, but like, no. And like, I don't take my Bible anywhere. Like, it's not, I don't bring it with me. But I was like, I want to be like a light. We're going to do it. And there's just been this, like, I heard this on like a TikTok like years ago about how like we get too attached to our Bible, even though it's not about our notes, it's about God's word. And so like, for me, like I was so like I was like I know where this is headed. Like I know you're gonna have me give it up. Like I know it, and I didn't know if it was gonna be like to a homeless person or if it was gonna be to my friend or what it was gonna be. And I was like, I'm not bringing up the conversation. I'm leaving it. Like I'm not doing it. Like I have it in my bag, but like I don't think she's gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bring it up. And she brought up the topic, and I was like, okay. I was like, do you have a Bible? And she's like, no. And I was like, okay. God, I was like, I feel like God's telling me to give you my Bible. So I was like, here's my Bible. And I was like, if you need like it'll give you at least like a good grasp on like just notes I have or like questions I have or just like things in general. And I gave her some places to start. And I was like, if you do with what you want with it. Like if you want to read it, read it. If you don't want to read it, don't read it. But I feel like God is telling me to bring it, and I'm bringing it. And I was like, I'm very glad I did because it helped me get a fresh start on my Bible because I needed a fresh start too. And that was kind of like, I think I've kind of just realized that like a few weeks ago of like, I really needed a fresh start. Like truly, I cannot get attached to my own words. I needed something new and to get something new out of it. And so that was so hard because I cried going home. But I was like, I don't think I realized it in the time, but that was my other time that I feel like God really was bringing me back. Even though I didn't think it, I was like, I guess so. But he's brought me back so many different ways, and it's so weird, but it's so cool. And I don't know. I love seeing he can use like even very little. Like it was literally like 2 days after I was like, God, like we're getting this together. Like I am giving you all of my life. I was like, I don't know what you want to do, but like, great. And like 2 days later, it was like, you can give your Bible. I was like, okay, thank you. Yeah. So that was really my other one that like really kind of just stuck. Um, but it's been a lot. It's been a lot. But he calls the most unequipped. And if you think you're not qualified, I promise you, you are qualified. That is the only qualification, is to be unqualified. Like, I truly believe that he can do so much and with so little. And I think everybody has a different thing that God really speaks to them with mainly. Like, yeah, he can speak to you a lot of different ways, but like, I think he really speaks to you and everybody a different way. I talked to a few friends like a few years ago about this at like a Bible study, and we talked. I was like, my question was like, how do you feel like God talks to you the most? Like truly, because I think everybody's different. Like I know someone who like really like sees like dreams and like they're vivid, and I'm like, wow, like that's incredible. And like for me, like I feel like I just truly see him in nature, like truly, like the world is so amazing, like I love it. And between nature and music and art, like there's so, like I truly can see God through it. And like I know another friend who like says she sees it through like ordinary people and just like walking by, like she just sees like truly God in them. And I feel like everybody can see or hear him in such a vivid way that like just sticks out to them. What way do you see God the most or like hear him the most? Because I'm curious, because that's one of my favorite questions to ask people.
That's a really good question.
Because I hear God through music the most, but I see him in nature, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
I
I know it's a kind of loaded question, and like
It's
if
a
you don't,
lot of question, but I'm like, I'm thinking like,
and it can be something very simple. Like it doesn't have to. I know someone who like I really like metaphors too. I think he really speaks to me through metaphors as well. Like biblical
I would
metaphors are one of my
say,
favorites.
like, I would say through like I hear God through conversations. Like I don't, because of anxiety, I can't internalize. I If I internalize and think in my brain a lot, I start to spiral.
That's
And
fair.
God truly reminds me of things that He has told me time and time again through conversations with people.
I love that. That's
Um,
so good.
yeah,
Yes.
like I don't understand why I'm doing this podcast. I really don't. I really can
Yeah.
sit here and I can say that like I think 8 weeks in at this point, like I've seen the fruits from it, not even just in other people's lives, but truly in my life. Because I will listen back to podcast episodes and be like, I said that because God spoke that over my life in that moment and I totally forgot. And so, like, this podcast, I've seen God through, which has been really, really cool. But I see I see him in nature. Like I see him more now with like the snow and the leaves falling
Yes.
and like the orange and red leaves and
Yes.
the beach. And I was never kind of like a nature girly. I was never kind of that till college, I would say, but I understand ever since our honeymoon that God created everything.
Mm, that's real.
Because I would be like, well, how are we not spending time with the Lord? Like, let's do it. And Ike was like, isn't he in the sea turtle that we just saw? Like, isn't he in the ocean that we just like were in? And I was like, well, yeah, but like he was like, okay, so if we're experiencing his creation, God didn't create this earth for us to just sit around
Yeah. Yeah. And
and not
build
enjoy
on
it.
top of like yeah,
And like
absolutely.
it finally took me that, and now like when it was snowing today, I was like, thank you, Jesus. Like I literally walked outside with my phone and I just said, thank you, Jesus. I was like, it's so beautiful. Like I don't know why, but like being from Florida, like snow is just so pretty to
Yeah.
me.
I haven't seen snow yet. This is my first time seeing snow here. It hasn't snowed. It didn't snow last year. So as soon as I saw it, I
Oh,
was like, I was like, y'all, y'all.
but yeah, I think nature and conversations are my biggest things.
I like it. Yeah. I think that's such a good That's such a good answer, and so true. Like I love seeing like how this podcast is really like shaping, and like I am so proud of you and so happy that you're just killing it. Like you're doing so good.
Thank you.
Like
It's all God. Like it's so simple to say that, but it truly is. Like at the end of the day, like I almost talked myself from doing this. I was like, no, like this can't be from God. And I was
you're,
like, well, it didn't come from anywhere else. Like it didn't come from like where would it come from?
I didn't want a
Yeah,
podcast.
like I didn't. I'm not a podcast host. Like what are you talking about? And I was talking to someone else who I did an episode with, and it was in this room, which you've seen before because you guys
Yeah,
are just in
it's so
like your
cute.
room.
I
Yeah.
am so sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. It turned into a busy weekend.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, and other people's testimonies is how I see God. Like
Oh,
if I hear someone else's testimony, which is crazy now that I'm saying this out loud, see conversation. How God is using this podcast in conversation and testimonies to be able to see him more. But Ann Wilson's song "God's Story" has been how I've been seeing God a lot more recently.
really good. That's one of Hope's favorites.
Yeah,
That's one of our
it's
all-time
such a
favorites.
good one.
Hope is my roommate, by the way. Sorry, that's one of my friends. Just clarify.
Um,
Yeah, she
but
loves it.
I just think that she was like, yeah, it's kind of crazy that like you wanted to start this podcast. Like, why? And I was kind of explaining it. And then she was like, yeah, it's really cool that like your husband does all this stuff. So like he can help you set it up. And I was like, you're so right. Like, the end of this, like,
Like,
wait, yeah, like, oh, wait, I went to journalism school. Oh, wait, I have a degree in this. Like, oh, wait, like you said, I am not equipped at all, but your only qualification you have is being unqualified.
yeah, absolutely.
And I was like, well, how am I going to find people to want to be on this? And then, like, so many people were, like, following and, like, commenting. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'll just reach out to them. Like,
Like,
I,
yeah,
I don't
there's
know
stories
people
everywhere.
that well, but, like, their story needs to be out and told. So, here
It's
we are.
yeah, here we are. Yeah, no,
Here
that's
we
so real.
are, like, 2 months in, I think, at this point. And I think it's going really great.
I think it is too. I feel like yeah, I feel like you learn something from every testimony, and like, and I feel like everybody's testimony is growing. Like the more you live, the more it grows, and I love it because I am just adding each chapter here and there, and just like learning new things of like how to react, and like I've learned a lot about myself too. Just like growing these past few years, that if you asked me my testimony a few years ago, it would not have it in there, like whatsoever. And I'm like, it's been great, and I can see like how my testimony's growing now too, like in weird things that I would not usually say that I would be growing in, and it's so fast. I love it. It's so great. God's
Oh,
so good.
God.
But it's all him, truly. Like he will close a door and he will open the next. Like he will make it clear. I learned that this year. He will make it clear. I don't know for anybody who knows, I worked at a dairy here. I love cows. I
Cows.
love cows. They're amazing. They're the best. And so like I love the dairy, but the hours were just so much for me this year, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. And so I picked up another job anyways. Like I already applied. I got into a new job. I was so excited. For me to decompress and get away from people, I love to make things. Like I've always loved to make things. And we have a place here called Hackberry Lab, and it's like all every tech thing you can think of and every like creative thing that you can think of we have. Like it's amazing. And I spent so much time there because I could not like get away, and that was my way to get away. And I was able to get a job. Like I applied and I got a job. I was like, yes. And so after like I had to quit the job this year or the dairy this year, like I only had that, and I was like, I feel so lost. And then immediately after, I got asked to be like a social media manager, and I was like, yes, like I've always wanted to work with social media, and I have no idea how to do that, but I was like, sure, like I'll figure it out. And he just closes so many doors, and he makes it so clear, and he opens so many new ones and just new chapters. And like I'm learning a lot about myself. I am learning like a bunch of different people. Like I'm meeting new people every day, and it's so nice. And I love like just seeing how people work, or how God works in people's lives, and how He can use things that don't seem like important. Like He can just make it so big, and I love it. I
I
love
love
it.
it. Thank you so much for coming on to this podcast. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Again, for those of you who haven't been kind of following along, this is a new endeavor that I've was put on my heart, as you can kind of tell from this past conversation that we just had. It is a yes to the Lord, but I like we were saying, everyone has a story. You are not alone in any of your struggles. It may not be anxiety and depression like us. It could be something else that you're going through or God has brought you out of. And so there is an email in the link in the Instagram. If you do want to be on the podcast, just let me know. If not, we have new episodes that come out every Tuesday. But I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Like you can tell, it was snowing. It's cold. We're super excited. But I just hope everyone has a great rest of your day. And thank you again. And I will actually see you in real life
Yeah.
very soon.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. But have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye.